I am live, waiting for guests. I wonder how this all works. We've got, I need my glasses. Where are my glasses? Okay, there we go. Live chat. All messages are visible. Of course, nobody's here. What is this button? Share, save highlights, mute microphone, add guests. All right. I guess I could add some guests since we don't have anybody here. I wonder. Yeah, coming back here, waiting for guests. 222. Wow. All right. It's like half of the screen, which is weird. I'm used to having a little bit more. All right. All right. Thank God nobody's here. Don't know if this records. Like, is this going to record and be able to be watched later? Because I've noticed that, right? Like, I have seen people go live, and then I'm like, wait, this isn't live. This was like a little while ago. So I'm thinking that's probably going to happen here, but I don't know if that is like something that I have to push to record 333. I mean, of course, I'm watching the numbers, but it's interesting when you're like looking around and then you look up and you see it. Numerology. Oh, I have one person. Numerology, the number one, the self, the I. What am I going to do? Oh, they left. Yeah. Lion's Gate. It's storming. Of course. I love the sound of the thunder and the rain. There's so much that I wanted to channel. There's so much that has been channeling, that has been coming through today, that it's all about love, Venus, being childlike, inner child healing. Inner child shadow work. Okay. What I experienced with this inner child shadow work is the realization that my inner child is, you know, a spoiled, rotten little kid. Sometimes you realize that, you're that kid on the playground. It's mean. Maybe you like to be mean. I used to love to be chased and my hair being pulled. The chase. It's all play, right? It's all child's play. To be innocent. Hmm. To be innocent. Virgo. Virgo Venus. Hmm. My pen. Hmm. Interesting. At what time is it? 4:28. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna have I'm gonna have both the decks. I'm gonna have the unicorn deck and I'm gonna get my dragon deck. And I'm going to put that there for a little while. The portal. The portal. Okay. So we got the dragon deck and the bicycle, the unicorn and the dragons. The unicorn and the dragons have united. Have united. Yes. Come together forever, the masculine and the feminine. Let's pull from the dragons first. The dragons have been teaching me a lot about protection, holding the fort, protecting the fort, the cave, the home, the temple. I'm going to go close this door real quick. Nobody's here anyway. Okay. Okay, Sirius. We've got card spread, dragon deck. I gotta write it down. Dragons. You know, the dragons were telling me that they are connected to the reptilians, and I started feeling scales and fire, passion, running hot, running so hot. Ooh, put some water on that fire. Put some emotional completion on that fiery dragon. Hmm. The 10 being the wheel of fortune and judgment in the 20 of the watery emotional state. You know, I was just talking to an old friend about cycles. He said, how did you come to peace with death? And my answer was through cycles, through understanding that there is no end, that snake eating its tail, the Orin or the Ouroboros, that, that, I feel silly when I'm saying the name if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Um, hmm, water, the floods, it's raining. Um, so much focus on fire with the Lion's Gate portal, the fiery dragons. Um, Interesting that water and fire is what we think of as love. Hmm. So let's pull from the unicorn deck, which I'm feeling the unicorns as the masculine, not only because they have a phallic horn, but the dragon, typically you think of the dragon sitting on in the cave, right? I mean, sometimes we see them chained up, but that's like esoteric. I mean, they can feel like they're chained, but they also, in their own free will, have dens that they bring things to: gold, piles of gold, bones, treasures. And the unicorns go frolicking in the forest. They go out, they find the young maidens that need them. Hmm. You can get on you can get on the unicorn and ride the unicorn to the dragons. I feel that. The 3 of fire. There's the fire in the masculine, and there's the water in the feminine. The water dragons and the fire unicorns. God, that makes me think of this book that I read when I was little about unicorns, and there was a black unicorn with with the rainbow mane and tail. Anyway, The three is coming together. The Mystics for Mystics movement, calling the tribe. Yeah, the unicorn is going out to search for the tribe. The ones that are going to be supportive. And the ones like, I mean, it's what my friend was saying, you can only do so much alone. You can't do it all alone. Can't do it all alone. I mean, of course, you can. If you live all alone in a cave and you get your own food and you get your own water, but to create a sacred geometry in the triangle, to enter the pyramids, you can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. You just can't do it alone. Hmm. 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 You can't do it alone. Sometimes you need just one person. Sometimes you need two or three. So, we've got dragons and we've got unicorns. We've got the sacred feminine, the holding, the protecting, the guardian, and we've got the unicorn, the single horned, single focused, minded, looking for the maidens. We're going to pull another dragon card. Okay, we have Earth. Oh, hold on. I haven't written everything down. Let's see. Unicorn. Three of Wands. Dragon. Five of Diamonds. We've got this idea that we're in between worlds here on this planet. We've got a gate that's open with Sirius. And here on earth, we stand between the Pope and the devil. We are essentially the fulcrum of this balancing act of all of the energy around us. All of it. We've got Pope energy, which can be like, ew. We've got devil energy that can be like, ew. And then back to the Pope, and it's like, I mean, they aren't all bad, just like everything isn't all bad, right? Just like the devil isn't all bad. It isn't all bad. There are a lot of, well, there's two poles, right? This is what the five is teaching you, that there are two poles. There's two perspectives. There's the Pope in the number 5 and the devil in the number 15. And this is earth, this is diamonds. We're talking about our physical bodies. when we incarnate, right, as star seeds and aliens, and like we're here in this physical body, like I've been coming out as an alien to my friends and stuff, and they're like, they already knew. But with this Lions Gate, and with, it's so funny that the government now is like admitting, because they started looking stupid. I mean, everybody has been watching Ancient Aliens long enough to know that the shit's real. So I'm like, okay, now I'm not going to be burned at the stake, and I'm not going to be persecuted, and I'm not going to be killed if I come out and say that I'm an alien. But I am incarnated here in this earth, in this diamond existence, to channel. I mean, most of my life I've been a hermit, other than being a tattooist. Um, I've deliberately stayed away from most humans my entire life. I spend a lot of time at barns with horses and with country folk. I like farmers. Um, Speaking of earth, oh gosh, the farmers, the cowboys that are chill. It helps my nervous system. I'm already so like linked in. I'm already so jacked up, if you will. A lot of people can't spend a lot of time with me. Or at least they have to like that kind of adrenaline kind of feeling. But to balance me out, I like to be with super chill Taurus, earth energy. Um, so let's pull another card. The unicorn. Woo! Well, I just pulled it, right? The bottom of the deck, the 10 of another flame, the fire. So that was the 3 and the 10, the completion of fire, the wands. Um the feminine and the passion, right? I mean, not to say that guys aren't, they can be sexy, but not like a woman. I mean, that that seduction. Okay, think about the word seduction. That's pretty feminine, right? Would you like me to seduce you? Um I mean, it's the balance, says the Libra. The balance is always important. Um and I was just talking to my friend about this, about the balance, and how the feminine has to be balanced with the masculine, and the masculine has to be balanced with the feminine. And hardcore masculine energy strives to find that feminine energy, and vice versa. So, oh, 444. Um, this fiery passion. But see, wait a second. No, because the unicorn's masculine. Oh, okay. Wait a second. See, hey, Yoka, spinning shit around on me. Maybe it's because the unicorn seeks, because it's the seduction, it's the pulling into the passion and the fire with the gate, the lion's gate. Lions, most of the pictures you see on Lions Gate are the male lions. And it's interesting with the solar plexus too, and that the sun is typically, when you think of lion and Leo, you think of the masculine lion because he has the mane. He's got the mane. But it's the female lion that really goes out and does the hunting. Um so here we have the wheel of fortune in the number 10, and adding it times 2, judgment of passion. Let's talk about masculine passion. To still appreciate that ecstatic pushing out energy. That's what's so seductive about the masculine is the lingam, the being hard. Whoa, being hard. That like always, 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 and it can be offensive, right? Which is why the sacred masculine has a hard time. Because if you're hard all the time, it's funny because my guides were like telling me to soften through the Lion's Gate. They were like, soften, soften. I did a TikTok on it. And I'm like, ah. I mean, I am all female in my body, but I'm gender fluid. So I'm very connected with my masculine and I can feel my lingam. I know I have one, an energetic lingam. And I know it can be really hard most of the time and abrasive and offensive, and which is why I'm a hermit, or I was a hermit until they my guides told me to get on TikTok and YouTube, and now I mean, there's only one person that I'm talking to. Even if it is, it could be freaking AI for all I know. It's the portal, right? It's the portal of manifestation that I am going to manifest. Center of Mystic Arts is a place that's already manifested. I've already built it, but it wants to be known. It wants to grow into a business. It wants to teach people about all of the esoteric sciences. Um, it's funny that my lineage, I guess, is teachers. My mom was a retired teacher, and I do like to teach. Um, and I've been doing this shit my entire life. I've written it all down, which I haven't written the 10 of flames, the passion. Let's pull a dragon card. Keep me going. It changes the conversation because rambling can get like, okay, you just rambling on about nothing now. There's a song called Rambling On that I really liked. Okay, masculine. In the feminine, oh, the female dragons are now wanting to bring out the masculine earth. And the king of earth is the gardeners. It always makes me think of a gardener. The king that gives up his crown for a cowboy hat. That wants to work in the garden, that wants to grow food for his family. That smells of sunlight, and that his skin is tanned and warm, and he's not afraid of work. I mean, work. And it is something that I've told my friends. I'm like, I enjoy watching a man work out in the field. I do. I enjoy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Sitting there and you're like, just watching him fix the fences and tend the garden. The sacred masculine. Softening. Okay. Back to it's not about being limp, sacred masculine. It's not. I mean, you think it is because that's everything to you. Your lingam is everything to you. I get it. It's your other head. You think with that. I understand. It has its own entity. I've many dreams, many lifetime memories of actually having that. Growing up, being envious of it. Yeah. Oh yeah, the P envy. Uh-huh. I've had that. Um, this card is saying it's not about being limp, it's about working in the garden. It's about, okay, yeah, you got a woman at home that's waiting for you that you could be really, really hard for. And that sounds amazingly fun. But if you're only doing that, then you're not tending the garden. Well, you're tending it in another way. It's the balance, right? Messages from Sirius, the 888 Lion's Gate. We're talking to the sacred feminine in the dragons and the sacred masculine in the unicorn, in that the dragon holds the den, the cave, and the unicorn has the horn, the lingam, that goes out and finds the maidens, the young maidens. And I mean, yeah, it's interesting that the dragons look fiercer, more fierce. She can be. If you have a strong grandma, have you ever had a bony finger pointed at you? Have you ever been chased with a sandal? That grandma, that's the other thing. My Saturn is in Leo with this Lion's Gate. So, and some people think Saturn is masculine. I mean, they're all androgynous, but Saturn is really, for me, I really feel it more feminine, in that Saturn has the rings, and the rings give her like an apron, a protective apron. The feminine cooks, tends the fire, the hearth, takes care of the children. You have to be at home to take care of children unless you send them off to daycare. The feminine holds the home, the body, the hearth, the flame, the fire. The masculine goes out and hunts and cook. I mean, hunts and goes and gets it. It's a kinetic energy that goes and gets stuff and brings it back. All right. So we're gonna pull from the unicorn masculine. Let's see. Messages from Sirius, the Lion's Gate portal. Sirius is the nose of Canis Major. Something that I have looked through all of these videos about the Lion's Gate and Sirius, and they talk about the ancient Egyptians, and they talk about it being a sun, and they talk about this, but I really have not heard anybody mention Canis Major, the dog, the major dog. Hmm. Oh, dude, dude. So we have the okay. We've got the feminine dragons, speaking of the king of earth. And then we've got the masculine unicorn, speaking of the queen of fire. There we got the passion. The fire comes in. The feminine, it's the feminine energy that sucks in the masculine. Come home. If there's nobody to come home to, will the masculine ever come home? He might always just frolic in the forest, running and running and running and running with that queen of passion to come home to that's in the bed. I'll come home. I'll come home to you every time. I mean, esoterically, right? We're talking about energy and alchemy and tantra, which is all light, frequency, and vibration. We're talking about esoteric sciences and understanding them in a very unique, seductive way with numerology. We've got this passionate, the dragon is calling in the masculine farmer, the Taurus, the earth. Come home to me and work my garden. Yes. Yes. And the unicorn responds, yes, I will. Yes, I will. I will. I will. Oh my goodness. Are we going to keep going? Can I do this for hours and hours? I don't know. All right. So let's go back to the dragons. What do the dragons have to say? And I really feel like dragons and unicorns. Well, Sirius is connected to the dolphins. And the dolphins are like water dogs. They are the dogs of mermaids. Okay. Mermaids are the sacred feminine that is connected with the ocean. Over emotional, those mermaids. I mean, and elusive, slippery. Oh God, they are so slippery. And they ride dolphins. Dolphins are their dogs, right? Um, they're also, associated with the sirens, and they're very dangerous for pirates. Um, Actually, I didn't even say that. Oh my God, I'm live. Welcome to Coma Pirate Radio, where we, as esoteric pirates, slide our boats together. We throw some ropes, and we tie some knots. I like to tie knots. Let's tie each other together. And talk about maps. Let's talk about how we can get to the buried treasure. Um and we're talking to the sacred masculine as dragons, and we're talking to the sacred feminine as no, no. We're talking to the sacred feminine as masculines and the sacred masculine as unicorns. Dragons, feminine, unicorns, masculine. All right. So here we got the feminine, the sacred feminine. Oh, another 5. This is the second 5 that the sacred feminine has pulled. Let me write that down. Dragon 5. This is fire. Okay. So the feminine, oh, the feminine sits between worlds in that passion, in that fire. Oh my God, yeah, we talk about seduction. Um Is it good or bad? I mean, it's both. It can be both. The timing. Right now, we are in the 8th month, the 8th day, Leo season, with Sirius and the sun all lined up together. Lionsgate. And yeah, the sacred feminine is the whole, right? We've got this part is the feminine and this part is the masculine, which is actually, when you see it in Egyptian art, it's sideways in sideways because it's the balance of the masculine and feminine, not the feminine on top of the masculine and not the masculine on top of the feminine, but laying it's a tantric pose, being sideways. Yeah. Hmm. Being sideways. These are still new and they don't have that bend. They're still real stiff. So they don't want to bridge very well. They do this. I'll show you. Nobody saw that. All right. Mm. The Joker again. I pulled the Joker earlier today. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this now that it's been almost an hour. Um, but guess what? I did it. I did it. I'm the Joker. I'm the fool. Because it don't matter if I'm sitting here talking to nobody. Actually, I do this on my own anyway. I pull cards most of the day and I write. Oh my God. No, here, look. Look. Right. I write. I'm a writer. I pull cards and I write it all down. I record. I've got books and books and books and books and books. I've got 3 of them published on Amazon. You know, I mean, that masculine. I mean, I got my masculine. It's really interesting. And I was just thinking about it with the portal. It's coming in that um the idea that the masculine works the hardest, or it's not really works the hardest. It's like the masculine is always pushing, um and the idea that it's easier to give, no, it's easier to receive than give. Like manual labor, you think of masculine as manual labor and you think of feminine as sitting and receiving. But actually, psychologically, esoterically, receiving can be very difficult. And with this masculine energy, with your business, and you're creating and you're working and you're pushing out and pushing out and pushing out and pushing out, it's that feminine energy that enables you to really receive the abundance, right? Like if your cup is closed, you can't receive any more energy. If you're constantly pushing, you have to, that sacred feminine Now, the unicorn is the masculine as we're playing around with the energies right now. So, the idea of the sacred masculine being a fool, and not in a bad way. I mean, the collective conscious can think of them as a fool. Oh, Mars, you're such a fucking fool, man. You drunk, stumbling all over the place, talking crazy. But the fool as the archetype of the Heyoka, the trickster, I mean, really and truly the true magician. Um, because life is the cosmic comedy. You gotta laugh about it. If you, if you can't laugh about it, it's that fool energy. It's that softening of the masculine that's able to fucking fall on the floor. Rolling on the floor. LOL. Rolfame? What is that? Oh God, Jesus, that's ridiculous. Back in the day. Now we just have the emojis. now now we even have emojis that look like us. And it's like, oh, I'm now rolling on the floor laughing. The joke. The joke of it all, not necessarily having a hard point, but being able to laugh about that point being a phallus symbol. I have found that the sacred masculine energy doesn't like their lingam to be the joke. I have my Mars in Cancer. So my Mars, my sacred masculine in my chart is feminine in Cancer and very sensitive. Oh, he gets butt hurt. And he goes into his cave, his man cave, and says, fuck everybody. Fuck them all. Fuck them all. Oh my God, Tori. Ah! Tori, Tori. What are you doing?
Nothing. I didn't realize that you sent me a invite. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. I'm live on TikTok.
Oh,
I mean, no, I don't even know where
YouTube.
I am. This is YouTube.
You-
I don't know if do I have to send an invite for everybody, or is it, I mean, I think I put it as public. So I think everybody can see it.
Yeah, I don't know. I got a link sent to me.
I know I sent you the link. I sent some links out. But anyway, we are looking at dragons. How long have you been listening? Did
I
you just
just started. I just yeah. I had PT.
Okay. We're talking about dragons being the sacred feminine because they hold the den, right? They pull in, they protect, they guard the fort, the hearth, the family, right? And the unicorns, I just got this deck from Becky.
Ah,
Unicorn deck. So now I have a dragon deck and a unicorn deck. And the unicorns say that they are the masculine because they have the horn, obviously, the phallic. But unicorns go out into the forest and look for maidens, right? Like
ah.
the sacred masculine. So we're pulling cards And we just got finished with the Joker, the sacred masculine being the Heyoka, the trickster, the fool. Um, so now we're on to the feminine again. Let's see what we got. And of course, I'm keeping in mind Sirius, the Lion's Gate. So all of this is coming from the portal, which is feminine because I was talking about the the seduction of the sacred feminine. So what do we got? Um Another king. Oh, dude. Like, look, we've got two kings that the sacred feminine, the dragons, have pulled out. This one was the gardener king, and this one is the sword. The sacred masculine with the sword is like the ultimate protector, but it's the brain, right? It's how you think. It's like the sacred masculine as the the fixer, the fixer upper, the handyman. Like, he's got the mind to be like, okay, we're gonna, oh god, I don't want to say the N word, but Afro engineer. I mean, not in a bad way, but you know, we're Southern. So it's like having the brain to figure out how to fix it, which is actually a really, really good thing. Is like, there's been so many times in the jungle where I've needed to ask, I need a dude. It's just the way it is, you know? I mean, I have had some very masked females that have come that we fixed fences and stuff, but if you need a hole dug, a deep hole, it's that masculine that's going to be able to do it for you. Um and yeah, with the sword, we can think about him as a warrior because he's holding the sword of protection, and we can think about him as a wizard in the mind. What do you think? You got a pretty cool sacred masculine.
I
Your
do.
husband. And he has his Mars is in Cancer too, which I was just talking about Cancer Mars because it's the masculine Mars, and Cancer is a feminine sign. It's a very watery emotional sign. So you have like the what was coming through the messages was soften, the word soften to the masculine, but the masculine doesn't like to be soft. He wants to be hard, you know. And this was funny because it was like he doesn't like to be the brunt of the joke either. Like, don't laugh about, oh, and you know what? Talk about the head. There's the whole joke that he thinks with his other head, right? Like,
Uh,
there's a lot of power in the lingam, and the softening of the masculine can be really scared for a sacred masculine because he don't want to be limp, you know. It gotta be hard. But in the gardener king, the king that like tends the garden, like, oh, it was so funny. I'm just repeating myself, but it doesn't matter, nobody was even here anyway. But that the gardener king can't be hard all the time or he's not going to tend the physical garden, the earth, the taking care of shit, the job. And like, if he's too much in his fire, if he's hard all the time in the bedroom, he doesn't get anything done. Right? So that's interesting with the masculine and the feminine. So now we're going to pick a feminine card. I don't know how long I've been on this thing for. I'm starting to sweat too. It's hot in here. I don't like air conditioner like you. I know you probably have like freezing. Yeah. I've been to your house. It's freezing. I'm like freezing. I like to sweat. I like lots of water. All right. For the masculine, for the unicorns, we've got 3 of hearts. Isn't that pretty?
Mm-hmm.
I love these cards. These cards are amazing. The 3, actually, it was the first card that I pulled. The first card that was a unicorn card was a 3. The 3 is coming together, supporting each other, group, goals, um, aspirations. It makes the triangle. It's the sacred trinity. Um, Saturn. It's associated with Saturn through, or the way that I found that it was associated with Saturn was through the Kabbalah. Um, and how it's like 1 is Neptune, 2 is Uranus, and 3 is Saturn, the way that they're placed. Anyway, um, and here we have water. We have emotional state. Can we can you know what this is making me think of? Can we all emotionally get along? Not really. Not all the time. Not all the time.
It's hard.
Right. And being able to laugh at yourself, because I think this is the masculine talking. He don't want to laugh at himself. So he's the one that gets butt hurt really, really, really. And I mean, we're not just talking about men and women, but like even me as a female, if I feel butt hurt about somebody laughing at me, it's my masculine that gets butt hurt because he doesn't like to be laughed at.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that makes 100%. I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be the, butt end of a joke.
Butt end of a joke. But we all have to realize that we are emotional beings, and laughter in this Joker, laughter is a part of our existence. And, this is like, this makes me think of like any kind of relationship that I ever intend or want, any manifestation of any kind of relationship I want to be in is gonna have to be somebody that can, like move in and out of these emotional states and not get I mean, what's
Tri-
the word?
Triggered or take
Mad.
things personally.
Yes, yes. Like, let's laugh about it afterwards.
Yeah.
I mean, tears are cool. I can cry sometimes. I even cried on TikTok. And did I tell you they don't think that it's, I want to protect people's identities, but it's not who I thought it was. It's a different person that took her life, but
But not the one we were.
not the one we thought. But the name is the same. But she, the one that we know is missing, MIA.
Okay.
So, what's interesting is that I started, and this is Lionsgate, right? I'm still keeping in mind that this is Lionsgate, and I got visited by another old friend. What I'm feeling like this is this 3, it's calling in. Do you remember my primitive body art theme song?
Yes.
What is it?
Um. Hold on. What?
Back to the primitive.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Screw all your politics. We got our life to live. Back to the primitive. And I thought it was Sepultura, but I had to look it up, and it's Soulfly.
Soulfly.
And I listened to that song and I realized that I think all of this, what it did was it pulled in all of my primitive body art people. Candace started sending me pictures from the old shop of like 30 years. No, not 30.
I was say not 30 years ago. You're not that old.
I'm not that old. Maybe
20.
15 years ago. 15,
Yeah.
and she had a picture of her and well, I did say her name, didn't I? Anyway, I'm trying to like be respectful of people's identities. But the red sofa. Yeah, come on in. I told Sophie that she could be a part. Tori's on here. You want to say hi to Tori? I was like, I'm going live. Come here.
Sophie, come here. Hi, baby girl.
Hi.
Look
How
at
are
this
you?
card, Sophie.
I saw it.
You saw this card?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. Ah, she's a monkey.
Mine's a monkey too.
What happened to your teeth, Sophie?
They don't grow in.
They don't grow in.
Mom,
What?
I got new earphones. Did you see them?
Yeah, I did.
They light up with the kitty cat ears.
They're pretty nice.
Let me go get them to show you.
Okay. It's pulling in all of this old energy, all these people that I haven't talked to in forever. The first portal that I ever opened was Primitive Body Art, my tattoo studio. And it was for kids. I mean, not just kids, but all of us, like misfits. It was back when tattoo studios were for, oh, yeah.
Those are super cute, Sophie.
How they light up. So watch.
Oh.
Those are pretty awesome.
Right? And they're very tactile. Oh, look at the side. Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
It's got like a beehive. It's super cool. I told her I was going to steal them.
Mom's not, because it doesn't fit my mom.
It does too fit my head. Give them to me.
No.
I'll show you.
Hold on, let me turn them off.
Okay. So.
But you were talking about the red couch.
Jesus, the red. You know where we got that red sofa?
No.
Oh, so they're so cute.
Yeah. I want to turn them on. I want them to blink. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's cute.
It is cute.
Did you hear the Bluetooth connected?
I did. Bluetooth connected. It does. It sounds. Of course, this is we're veering away from the channeling from Sirius, but that's okay. So I did put on the description that this was going to be rambling and storytelling as well. But I got that red sofa. I stole it from a Masonic lodge in the middle of the night with some friends.
I remember
And
this story.
you remember the person, and he is upper level in the Masonic lodge. He's like, he's one of the top. They have tiers. And we went in the middle of the night, and it was my first and only time ever in a Masonic lodge. Of course, they don't really like let women in there anyway.
Right.
And I got to feel the energy, and I looked into the temple room and it was so fucking creepy. Like it it was intense. It was amazing. And the fact that we were stealing from we were like he was like they're not going to miss all the I mean it wasn't like we stole it from the temple, right? Like
Right.
it was shit that was like in the back room that had been there sitting around, not they probably didn't even notice it was gone.
Right.
Um but when I talked to him recently,
Mom,
and he's older than me. He's way older than me.
Excuse me. I came in here to ask you if me and Mom wanted to know if you would make us dumplings, and you can eat some
Dumplings. Okay, I can. Yeah, I can
dumplings.
get offline to go make some food. Okay, give me 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
And oh, the puppy dog, who's the puppies? Oh my goodness. Dude, Becky has a little pug dog named Reggie. Reggie.
Banks is a French bulldog.
He's a Frenchy
He's a
bulldog. He
French.
looks like a pug dog. They have the same noses.
Smushy face.
It's smoochy faces. But anyway, to finish off that story, I talked to him recently and I was like, dude, we have been pirates in many lifetimes together. And he is like, he didn't even blink an eye. He was like, yes, we have. I know. I was like, damn. Yeah. Lots of pirate days.
I miss shop days sometimes.
Hanging out at the tattoo studio.
Hanging out all the time, like all day. And Sonic runs for tater tots.
And my favorite was the orange cream slush.
Yes.
It's like creamsicle.
Creamsicle.
So
Yep.
good.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I've got the live clock is 67 minutes. So it's been close over an hour.
Over an hour.
Yeah. I might come back again later on tonight and do something live. And I don't know, one thing that I'm interested in is I don't know if it's recorded us the whole time. And
I think it does.
I think it does too, because I've always looked at people's live stream and they're like, it's not
They're
live.
not live anymore. Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's all done just automatically.
Yeah. Yeah, you caught me right after I just finished journaling.
Oh, dude, I was showing off my journal too. I was like, look, I'm a writer. Look.
Yeah, I'm about to have to go to a new one. This one's almost full. Like I don't have very much left.
Nice. Well, do you since you're here, do you have a question? Do you want me to pull some cards for you before I leave? We got to design your tattoo, but I'm on to that too.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. Today's been a funky day for me. Like I've just been in this weird. I don't know. It's just felt weird today. Like
Yeah, it's the Lionsgate portal. Of course, it's weird.
like I've just felt off today, and I don't know. I really don't know why I've felt off. Like I tried journaling and trying to like get to the root cause, and like I mean. I had some ideas, but like even writing about them, like, because usually once I purge about something into my journal, like I feel better and I still feel ill. So I don't think I like hit it.
You know, it's interesting because another friend of mine was talking about that too, and she actually had this really cool thing happening where she opened up one of her old journals and it was fucking right on the Lionsgate portal from last year.
Oh, wow.
And she said it said the same thing, that she felt off. And you know what I think is anytime a portal is open, like think about it. You're kind of like the sacred feminine with your legs spread open. And it can feel kind of uncomfortable unless you're in the right mood for that, right?
Right.
Like I think it's just this feminine energy because we've got Sirius in line with the sun in Leo, which is a very masculine, but it's a portal. So, oh my god. Yeah, that can be very uncomfortable. You've got this like fiery, hot, pushing sacred masculine of the sun and this open portal that's like, ooh,
Yeah.
like, ah. So okay, let's let's pull for the feminine. Let's
Hey, doggies, y'all go outside. Go outside.
because Venus is also in retrograde.
Right.
I don't think she was she in retrograde last year too? I don't know. I
Oh, I don't
remember
know.
I remember her being in retrograde at some point because I was like, I really tapped into Venus that year. Um and it was the first time I even like tracked, like knew. I've always studied astrology, but I haven't kept track daily like the weather. Like I look at the planets now every day like the weather forecast. Um and I highly recommend that. Just knowing where everybody is. Okay. Oh, another 5. This is the third 5 that this sacred feminine has pulled today. Um and Earth. So the 5 is between the Pope and the Devil. As far as arcana in the tarot, the number 5 is the Pope and 15 is the Devil. Um and it's an in between world because it's between 1 and 10. So you've got this in between, which is why in the tarot it has almost like a doomsday kind of feeling to it. Um which is really interesting that they did that with 13 and with 666. But in the tarot, the 5 is usually something's not aligning right. It's kind of in a what's the word? In a negative way. It's read
Right.
negatively, but it doesn't have to be. But it is in between worlds, so it feels weird what you're feeling, right? Like you're feeling off. Like in the Matrix when he goes into the hallway that's in between all of the programs,
Right.
that's what 5 makes me feel like. And we're here on Earth and we're experiencing this shift of like what? Yeah, what's going on? Especially if we're not up to date with the weather forecast with the planets.
Right.
Yeah. I think that's what a lot of sacred feminine is feeling with the Venus in retrograde and feeling weird and off. And I don't know if it's good or bad in between the Pope or the Devil, because they both have positive and negative aspects to them.
Right.
Because, like, usually the Pope, when I think of the Pope, I'm like, yuck. I mean, I've heard that the new Pope is not that bad. Like, isn't he supposed to be cool?
I don't really keep up with it.
I know.
Mhm.
It was a few years ago. I don't know. I just remember that the Pope changed hands. And this Pope supposedly is like, I'm gonna look him up and figure out. Because like, we're talking about the Pope in the Vatican and like usually like I think of like the the old days where I was like burned at the stake for like worshiping Baphomet and shit. Um, and the switch of that we have Baphomet, which is the character that is androgynous, that has wings, that is
And
both
boobs and yes.
yeah, both masculine and feminine, and he's got a caduceus, and he's doing mudras, what above so below. He's got these
Yeah,
mudras where he's like one hand up, and it's like the Christians painted him out to be the devil.
it's not.
Actually, that's what I was saying with this number. It's like this number for so long in the tarot has been represented to be such a negative, bad thing. But then I'm like, no, no, it's actually 5 is an amazing number. The 5, dude. Today was so crazy. Today-
Today's just been like I said, funky day. Like
it's been
I
such
like
an amazing day.
I woke up at like 4 a.m.
Wow.
and couldn't go back to sleep. So I like laid there and like played on my phone, was on TikTok,
Yeah.
and got Jade to school and everything, and then I got coffee and sat down and started working, and like work was fine, but I just felt funky
Mm,
for not like couldn't put my finger on it, didn't know if it was like a good funky, bad funky, but when I feel funky or feel weird like that, I
yeah.
automatically associate it with something negative.
Yeah.
And
Interesting too. Yeah. It does. Oh, that goes into that being comfortable and being uncomfortable and being okay with being uncomfortable. Because, life sometimes is uncomfortable.
mhm,
Yeah. I feel you.
yeah. So today's just been a funky day. Because yesterday, great day. I had a wonderful day yesterday. Like I didn't
Yeah.
feel funky. I actually was like in a like happy headspace all day, like
Yeah.
fine. And then today it was just ugh, like a
Yeah.
cloud. Like it's just been overcast all day. Like I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh.
But
Well, now we've been live on Coma Pirate Radio. Thank you so much for tuning in.
yeah.
And I will get with you on the design of your tattoo. I'm going to work on that tomorrow because I got your intentions. And show me that green arm.
Oh,
Yeah, we did that the other day.
we did.
It's healed up, looking really good.
Yeah, I mean you can still it's
It's
a
a
little
little,
dry,
yeah.
but
That's good though.
yeah, it's
Nice,
already like sloughed off all the scabby stuff and it's
nice.
still bright, bright, bright.
Still bright. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I will see you in the physical soon. We'll have to set a date sometime next week.
I'm
Are you like free on weekends or did any?
I'm free during the week too.
Oh, good. Okay, wonderful. All right. Well, I love you.
Love you.
And if you're not, I mean, I have one person on there. I don't know if that's you or not, but if there is anybody out there, thank you so much for watching. And I will be doing this more often. So
Awesome.
thank you.
You're
Ciao.
welcome. Ciao.